just said that was the first time that you felt freedom, and
yeah, because it's always left to mind.
10-year-old, like, you know.
Yeah.
The big message in the cartoon or the animation for me was that freedom of the play, right? And then the boredom. Like, you know, when the child is walking home and she says, oh, you know, it's like the nearer I'm getting, the slower I'm getting, even though I know I'm going to get the sharp end of my mother's tongue or she'll probably kill me. It was because you were back to put that big burden back on me again.
So we're good to go. Whoever wants to go first can go ahead.
I picked this photo and my mother Betty, myself and my sister Audrey, and she's 3 years older than me. And when I look at it, I'm happy, but I get kind of mixed emotions. I'm happy when I look at it because I know there was a lot of love given to us from my mother. And when I get a bit sad about it, it's because she was left with the two of us in the late 1940s. But she always worked for us and she always provided. And she died when she was 36 years of age. I was 14, and which terrible age to be left at that age. And my sister Audrey, she died when she was 33, and she left 5 children behind her. But it might be a small photo, but there's a lot of memories in it. It's me.
I think for me it was looking at the photograph of my mother making her communion, and it was kind of funny or mad looking to see her so young. I never imagined my mother being that young, and it kind of reminded me of how people do their best to dress their children up for the communion as best as possible. But I think it's when I looked into her face, it was looking at I don't think she knew what was ahead of her. And that kind of upset me to realise that she had no idea that she'd had me at 18. And she just had a very hard life, and to the point of where my sister died of alcoholism as well. And she's still raising children. And it's like it's kind of never ending for her. And it's when I look back at that photograph of being a young girl, I just wonder what her dreams and hopes were and what she wanted out of life. Because what she did get out of life, I'm sure she didn't want. But I know that she would have loved all of us and everything else, but she had a hard out of life.
The photograph I put up was my parents' their wedding day.
Yeah.
It was a real happy photograph for me, for the devastation they had after growing up, with my dad being an alcoholic. If I look at the photograph, I get peace. The heartache that came after, you know, the drinking and growing up, and we were shipped off to the country like for years, and Daddy's drinking, and again, you know, Mummy had no life. It was terrible. The happy memories was when Daddy did give up the drink and things started to change, and there was 6 of us, and we were all getting bigger, and a different man then when he had sobriety in his life, and things kind of turned around then.
I picked this photograph, I think, because it brings me back to a time I was only 4-year-old, and this photograph brings me back to every Sunday walking from Charlemont Street down to O'Connell Street. There was only 2 of us at the time. 5 followed after that. But looking at this, I can remember walking down O'Connell Street and going into Cafola's. And they done lovely ice cream in there, pink ice cream. But then Sundays didn't last too long, because just not too long after this photograph was taken, there was a terrible accident and my sister went under a bus. She didn't die, thank God, but there was years of heartache after that. operations and different things that went on. And then we moved up to Dolphin House, and our lives changed, and we'd absolutely lovely memories in Dolphin House. It was sad ones, bad ones, but most of the time there was lovely, lovely memories in Dolphin House. This is a picture of my mum and dad taken in their early 20s. I love this picture of them. My mum looks beautiful and my dad was so handsome. This is my brother Seamus and myself. He is no longer with us, so this picture is very special to me. Seamus never got in pictures, so it's rare to see any of him. So I love the fact I got to share this one with him.
I go next, sorry. I just like to tell a little story about this photograph. That it was a photograph that I'll kind of never forget. That was my first holiday in Galway with 4 of my friends. And we saved £1 a week for a year. And then we brought our own food, went down on the train, hitched a lift to Connemara, and it was only a 1-bedroom caravan and the whole lot was fitted in it. But I never forget the photograph, the peace and the relaxation and not worrying about anyone, because I was always a carer from the time I was 10, so I only had to worry about myself. And I really and truly will never forget that holiday. So that's my story.
I think it's powerful. You know what we've seen.
So if you were looking at that,
yeah, and you know it's
and you
not
talk
very
with the group,
powerful
did it?
and that, yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
I think they just put it at a heap.
I think because we walked on it, I wouldn't be, if some other group done that and I'm looking at it now and looking at it going like that, I'd be saying, oh Jesus Christ, I remember every bit of that.
Yeah, it'd be like your life. Yeah.